How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. A couple of things I want to say before we get to the show. But today what we're going to be talking about is one, just so we could be clear, I think that we have to have a discussion about what's really going on in America. The way Americans are actually leaning. I think we need to have a discussion about that. I have a thing to tell you about some shit going on with Tim Walz. All of Minnesota's bananas because they hired this guy, just so we can be clear. All of Minnesota's, it's a little chilly. I was going to take my jacket off. All of Minnesota's, this jacket is hot as shit. All of Minnesota's crazy because they hired this guy. We're going to have that conversation. But before we get to any of that, I want to apologize about No Tonight Show last night. Reason why I want to apologize is, so we jumped on Spider-Man yesterday. I only intended on playing the game for like an hour, hour and a half. We ended up being on the game for like 3 hours. And then I had stuff that I actually had to get to. So we didn't get the Tonight Show last night. But it's supposed to be scheduled again for tonight. We're going to have to get our schedule together to make sure that we're doing everything that we're supposed to be doing. That's one. Two, Sunday, we're at Rutgers University. Let's go. Shout out to the Coney Island Sharks. Shout out to Coach Knight. Shout out to everybody that's involved with the organization. Miss Priscilla, Miss Sue, everybody. Sunday, we're going to be at Rutgers University. I am the media for the team. So we're covering a football game in an actual college venue. I just want to be clear about that. That's what we're doing. So Sunday, we at Rutgers University. Shout out to the Coney Island Sharks. I'm sure those kids is going to have an amazing game. I'm not sure. I forget who we're playing. I'm pretty sure they're going to have an amazing game also. Shout out to all the players involved, all the coaches involved, both organizations, and also shout out to the league that they play in, because all of this is great. We need to have more things out here that could distract the children, distract the kids from the bullshit that's in the street. Because nowadays, as we all know, if a child doesn't have anything to do, 9 times out of 10, they get up to mischief. And we, as a society, need to stop thinking that children committing mischief is not a big deal. I look back at the majority of the kids that was committing mischief when I was young, and I'm telling you right now, most of them ain't in good places. I don't know no other way to put that. And when I say the majority, I mean 80, 85% of them ain't in good places. All right? Not all children just do mischief. It's a difference between knowing better and still doing it and not knowing better and then doing it. You understand what I'm saying? There's a difference. These children out here right now, they know better and they still do it. So they turn into adults that know better but still do it, instead of turning into adults that learn better and change their behavior. So we need to stop pretending like these kids out here that's doing nothing but mischief and all this shenanigans. We need to stop pretending like, oh, they're just being kids, because no, they're not. They're sociopaths. They're psychopaths in the making. And not all kids, obviously. I'm just saying some of them. And we got to get to them and we got to save them and stop thinking, oh, don't worry, they're going to grow out of it. They're not going to grow out of a learned behavior, fam. Stop being lazy parents or, guardians or whoever's there, because you don't got to be the child's parent in order to try to guide them in the way that they should be going. All you got to do is be somebody that's available and care. Now, with that being said, I want to talk about this Tim Walz thing real quick, and then I want to get to why liberals are truly in trouble. And the only reason why I'm going to talk about the Tim Walz thing first is because the other thing I've been telling y'all for the last 3 or 4 years, and it's finally coming into fruition. And as it do, I just want to make sure nobody forgot that I said this 2 and 3 years ago. Actually, I said it when Biden initially all right, salute. I said it when Biden initially got elected. I said that basically the Democrats were going to mess up our country so badly that they're going to get voted out in mass. What's happening? So you're trying to tell me that my brain is worth something? Because there's people saying that my brain isn't worth anything. While I consistently tell y'all what's gonna happen before it happens. But there's people that tell you I shouldn't be using my brain to make a living. No, I should be, they hate smart black people. Even black people hate smart black people. With that being said, let's get to it. Do you know that in the state that Tim Walz lives in, they had a teacher who handed out pamphlets to freshmen. Now, I don't even know if this is high school freshmen, but I'm assuming it's high school freshmen, right? Not junior high school. Could be college. What the fuck do I know? But I don't think it's college, because if it was college, I don't think this would be a big deal. So how old is a freshman in high school? I guess it depends on how the grades run in that area. Like when I was in school, my junior high school went to 9th grade. Most high schools start at 9th grade. All high schools damn near start at 9th grade. But my junior high school went from 7th, 8th, 9th. So when I went to high school, my first year in an actual high school building, I was in 10th grade. So with that being said, they're handing out pamphlets to freshmen that I'm assuming is high school. So how old are they? About 14, 15 years old? Let me tell you what these pamphlets is discussing. It's talking about how do you like your sexual partner to let you know what kinks they're into, basically. And there's the first answer to one of those is, would you just tie them up and let them do what they want to you? Now we're talking about 14 and 15-year-olds. Morning. All right. Good. We're talking about 14 and 15-year-olds, fam. Now, my question is this. Who wants to vote Kamala Harris and Tim Walz into the presidency? And why don't they think that this is behavior that shouldn't be accepted? Because, let's just be honest, just looking at Tim Walz, you can tell that this is the type of time that they're on, sexualizing 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds. See, when you point things out like this, the Democrats are going to say, but Trump is a racist. You know what? I'd rather somebody not like my race and my skin color than somebody try to sexualize children. That's where I'm at. People got to... you don't got to be on camera, fam. I ain't trying to put you on.
You know, Kamala want your kids to have sex changes without your permission.
Kamala wants y'all motherfuckers to have sex changes. Huh?
If you want,
yeah.
Get on camera.
Kamala wants your kids to have sex changes without your permission.
Boom.
That's what you want? Who's more racist than putting their own kind in jail for smoking weed? Weed is a legal substance.
Let them cook.
Buy XRP. That's the new cryptocurrency of the world. Trump is changing it. Hey.
Let him cook.
Here you go, brother.
Give me my brother, let's go. We have to be more informed. We have to stop making decisions based off of emotion and make decisions based on logic and reason. People are voting for people or individuals based on an emotion. Somebody tell you that a man is racist. Tell me what he did racist that affected you. Tell me something that was done that was racist that affected you. I'm not even asking you to tell me something that he's done racist, because you just make up any old thing. Tell me what he has done that is racist that affected you. Now I'm going to tell you some things that he's done that is not racist that affected you. Do you remember when he opened up all those loans for small businesses? Yeah, you thought it was for small businesses, but it was for black businesses. The Democrats made him make it so everybody could go get them. He wanted to make it so that only black people or black small businesses could get it, and the Democrats fought him. Morning, my brother. What about that? Y'all hate Trump. Trump came out and said, we want to get black businesses a lift. He pushed for it, and the Democrats said no, and they made him have to make it so anybody could get it, and not just only black people. Now, who's the racist? Go look it up. I ain't got a fact. Pardon me, I ain't got a cat. Go look it up. Go look it up. Do your research. How about that? They said he hate women, right? They said he hate women, right? So why does he want IVF treatment to be free? Why did he say he's going to make it so that the government or your insurance company have to pay for it? IVF treatment, if everybody don't know what that is, that's that's so women that got problems having kids could go to the doctor and they can help you out so you can become more fertile and bear children. But he hates women though, right? So you mean preventing women from having abortions is hating them? Pardon me, is loving them. So whenever you're like, abortions, they're free, you love women. But when you're like, we're going to help you grow your family and we're going to give you all the treatment that you might need in order so, you know, this woman that right now she can't have kids can have kids. That's hating women. But allowing women to be able to have abortions and kill their babies, that's loving them. I need you to explain this to me. And you can't say that's not what he's trying to do, because that's exactly what he's trying to do. Explain it to me. The Democrats is going to say that's not what he's trying to do. And then while he's trying to do it, they're going to try to block it. And then when they can't block it, they're going to try to take credit for it. Remember I said that. The Democrats are going to try to block it. When they are unsuccessful with trying to block it, they're going to try to take credit for it. Remember that I said that. How often do I tell y'all what's going to happen? I'll be literally up here telling y'all exactly what these dudes is going to do 3-4 years in advance. But they told you not to pay me no attention. They told you got to hate me. What up, Washable Marker? What's up, Michael Finley? What up, Shake? How y'all doing today? Good morning. I'm happy to have y'all. Now I need an explanation. I want to know, in what universe is it okay for not just an adult, but for an individual who has authority and power over a child to discuss with that child their sexual preferences, especially when they're talking about deviancy? I want to know, salute. I want to know in which world that's okay. Because as far as the Democrats are concerned, and I'm not talking about all of the people that vote Democrat, I'm specifically talking about the elected officials. So what's up? Good morning. How you doing today? Excellent. Every day's a good day, even the bad ones. Salute. So just so we could be clear, I'm not talking about the voters, because I believe the voters have been tricked, at least a majority of them. I'm talking about the elected officials. So now let me just say something real quick so we can nail my point home. Why are the Democrats infighting? Why are there so many Democrats now pissed off because they're saying the far left is destroying their freaking party? Go look it up. I ain't got a cat. Why is this a thing? I'm going to say this again. Why is the Democratic Party infighting? I'm going to say another thing. Give me a minute. Why? I be putting y'all on to so much politics. Like, a person could know shit about politics, fam. Like, you can know nothing about politics, fam. And you can literally go and listen to what I'm talking about and be informed. Not because I'm telling you what's happening, but because, generally speaking, I explain while it's happening. This is why they hate me. And when I say they, I mean some of these content creators. Because they can't do this. All they can do is talk shit about a person. They can't inform you, they can't enlighten you, and they can't give you information that you do not have that's valuable. They are incapable of it. They're just incapable. They can't even learn the skill, is my point. Just so we can be clear. Now, with that being said, pay attention. The Democratic Party has been hijacked by the far left. I've been saying this the whole entire time. There are a lot of good people who vote Democrat. There are a lot of good people who are part of the elected Democratic Party. But they're not the ones in control of the party right now. I got a question for you. How did Nancy Pelosi lose the House twice? This is the first time in the history of America that a speaker, somebody that was a charge of the party, has lost twice, lost Congress or the House or whatever twice. This is the first time that's ever happened. Nancy Pelosi. I don't be spitting nothing but facts, man. I don't be, as soon as I said I don't be spitting nothing but facts, the two birds flew right past my head. You see that? I don't be spitting nothing but facts, man. Yeah. That's what it is. Have a blessed day. I don't be spitting nothing but facts, man. Nothing but facts. There's whole entire YouTube pages that spend all of their time telling you that I'm wrong about things, right? But now that it's proven that I've been right about all of the things that they've said I've been wrong about, what do you think about them? Because they also speak negatively about me. They also try to tell people I'm a drug addict and I'm apparently gay and I got diseases or anything they could think of. So they've factually been proven wrong consistently by me. Why would you believe the other lies? I'm just asking. No. I'm just asking. I've consistently proven that they don't know what they're talking about. Consistently. Why would you believe them about something that they don't even have proof for, that they're just making up in their brain? Now, with that being said, Satan is a mother. He's a mother effer. I promise you. I promise you. Satan have y'all out here going after good people and removing yourself from God's fucking will. Removing yourself from God's side. Having y'all out here attacking people that God sent to help you. That's what Satan do. That's what Satan do. Let's get to this. I got another point real quick because we're staying on politics. I'm going to be clear about something. I told y'all this before we go any further, because some of y'all have been on this page for 8, 9, 10 years and better, right? Since the page started. Who in here remembers when I was talking about that after Biden's first term, when he somehow won, that the Democratic Party was going to lose in the next election like across the board? Like not every election, but they were going to lose across the board and get knocked out of the House and get knocked out of Congress. Who remembers me saying that? Put it in the chat if you in here.
You talk about Jesus, right?
All the time. What's up, baby girl? How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Chilling? You talk about Jesus in it? Ah. We talking about, oh, don't drop that. And look where you standing at. You was about to make a big mistakes. Have a blessed day. She was standing over a grate and her earbud came out. She a cutie though. If she would have said she think about Jesus, I would have went over there and tried to rap to her. But Worshipful Marcus said he was here. and not talk to her to pick her up, just so we could be clear. I don't think like that. If I find you attractive and I talk to you, first I talk to you. I don't know your age. I don't know where your brain is at. I don't know what type of shit you into. And I'm not inviting anybody in my house. Just so we can be clear. Washable says, I've been watching way before 6ix9ine first got locked up the first time. Fam, didn't I say, when 4 years ago when Biden got elected, I said that they were going to do such a terrible job that when it came around for the next round of votes, the Democrats was going to lose everything. Damn near. They was going to get across. I said this. And what happened? What happened? Yep, 100%. Appreciate you, fam. I ain't got a cap. If you give me enough information on something, I've been pretty successful with telling you where the shit is going. All I need is the information for me to work that shit out. I've been pretty successful. That's a fact. I really should have got that Forstradamus merch out. Y'all told me to do the Forstradamus merch like 6 years ago or some shit like that. I should have did it. We might still make the Forstradamus merch. I got the imagery and everything. I got the shit already with the globe and shit, and I'm looking in the crystal ball and shit. But I didn't use it because it looked like witchcraft. So that's why I didn't use it. No, I don't promote witchcraft. It looked kind of like witchcraft, so that's why I didn't use it. But somebody has made me images for me to put on merch already, but it looked like witchcraft. That's the only reason why I didn't use it. But I still have it because I appreciate the energy and effort that was put in to make it, you know, and where the heart was. So I do still have it though. That's a fact. Good morning. Now I'm going to tell you what's about to happen. Pay attention. And I say this almost every day for a reason, because I want to make sure that later on in the future, when I tell you, remember I said a thing, I at least have a couple of people who remember me saying it. So I've been saying this and repeating this consistently. What the heck is that about? Consistently. Listen. At some point, the voting Democratic Party, the voters, are going to have to admit they was either bamboozled or they were wrong. I'm fine with anybody admitting either. What I mean by bamboozled is I really thought they were going to do something else. They tricked me. And what I mean by wrong is I thought those policies that they were trying to introduce were good ideas. I can accept either one of those things because that's you accepting responsibility for your actions. And we should be accepting responsibility for our actions, right? I have a family member. I ain't gonna say who it is. I just want to tell you about the thing. It's not about them. I got a family member. All of us got a person like this in our lives. I'm gonna tell you what I did. I'll tell you what I did right now. I just stopped speaking to them forever. But one of the things that they love doing is we couldn't never get a situation fixed. Like it was impossible whenever something went left or whenever something was messed up. It was impossible to get it fixed because they would never admit being wrong. They just would never. They don't care what happened in the world. They don't care if we die. But they refuse to admit being wrong. And instead of admit being wrong, all they want to do is deflect. Those Democrats, I have no sympathy for. But the others, the ones that were bamboozled and the ones that was just wrong, you still my people. Because I've been bamboozled before and there's been times I've been just wrong. Y'all guys are still my people. But the rest of y'all, I'm going to assume you knew better and did wrong. Because once again, give it between 6 to 12 months. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. 6 to 12 months after Trump gets into office, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. All of the things that he's trying to do that actually gets passed is going to be good for America. Not just in the short term, but also in the long term. And that's going to be proof that everything that the Democrats were trying to do was bad for us. Because every single thing that Trump is trying to do that is different from what's already going on runs in contrast to the policies that the Democrats want to create. I'm going to give you an example. The Democrats have convinced people that tariffs are a bad idea. This is insane. When I was in elementary school, I knew tariffs was a good idea. But that's because I went to a really good elementary school. At least it was at that time. I don't know what they're doing now. Shout out to PS59 in the Bronx. They're on Bathgate Ave and 182nd and Bathgate Ave. Shout out to those dudes. Went to a really good school. I'm so grateful. But in elementary school, I knew tariffs was a good idea. So every single time I hear a grown adult complain about tariffs and say that tariffs are bad, I don't get it. So let me explain something. And I'm going to give two examples. I'm going to give an example from the 70s, and then I'm going to give a modern day example. And the reason why I'm giving two examples is because the same damn thing happened in both instances, proving that this is the way that you handle it. So back in like the 70s or some shit, there was a motor company out of Japan. I think it was Honda or Toyota. I'm not sure which one. Anyway, they were hit with a really high tariff from America. They didn't want to have to pay it. Because what happens is the tariff was so high that in order for them to make a profit, they would have to sell their cars at a high rate, a lot of money. And if they would have had to sell their cars at that much money, they wouldn't have been able to move any product, and everybody would have went to a different auto manufacturer. They would have bought a different car. Let me explain this again. It was 1970s, and it was a really high tariff put on a Japanese auto manufacturer, either Toyota or Honda. I'm not certain which one, but it was one of them, right? It could have been a different one, but it was Japanese. What ends up happening is they have a problem now because the tariff is so high. In order for them to make any money off of their product, they have to raise how much the product costs. But the product isn't worth that much money. And so therefore, they will remove themselves from the American market. I tried to explain this to somebody the other day, and I don't think I did a good job of it. I don't blame them for not understanding. I blame myself because maybe I just didn't do a good enough job. So I'm going to explain it one more time, and then I'm going to move on. A tariff is an import tax. So basically, a company is saying, or the government is saying, in order for us to allow for you to take your product that you created in another place other than America, bring it to America and sell said product, we're going to put a tax on that, a tariff, in order for you to be able to do business in our country. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. You got to pay it. If you don't want to pay it, don't bring your product. We don't want to discuss nothing else. Boom. So now in order for them to make money off of said product, they're going to have to sell that product at a certain price point. If they don't sell it at a certain price point, they're going to lose money on the product, and it won't make any sense to sell that product in America. Do you know what the company did? The company then started manufacturing in America, so they didn't have to pay the tariff. Why is this a big deal? Because those are jobs. The government forced them to hire Americans. Why else is that a big deal? They have to get materials to make the product. Materials that we organically have some of those materials in America. They're going to have to go outside of America to get some, but some of them are in America. So now we have not just created jobs in America, but we have created demand for our steel, for our ore, for all types of other materials that is needed to create these cars. We have created a demand for them to buy it from America instead of importing it if it's not necessary from another country, because that's another expense. So you got to break it down like this to people, because when you just say, well, it's just going to be more expensive for them, so they're just going to manufacture it in America so they can, get tax breaks and stuff, then people are going to try to argue with you like you don't know what you're talking about, because they don't know what they're talking about. They told you I'm dumb. They told you I'm crazy. They told you all of these weirdo ass things, because literally when I speak, they can't understand me because they don't have the intelligence to weather the words that are coming out of my mouth. And that's not my fault. I shouldn't have to be ostracized, belittled, and demonized because I spent time in school learning. I shouldn't have to be criticized and attacked because in my personal time, I also spend time learning. So now I'm going to give you, so they had to put the factory in America in order for them to not pay the high tariffs, which now employs a ton of people and also creates it so that the materials that are being mined or in America, it was Honda and Toyota. That's why we have Acura and Lexus. Oh, so I was right on both accounts. So I just be right by accident? So I be knowing what I'm talking about even when I'm not sure. That's what you're telling me? That's crazy, ain't it? So even when I'm not sure, I be knowing what I'm talking about? It's kind of like learning in your sleep, I guess, right? So Michael Finley, salute, says it was Honda and Toyota. That's why we have Acura and Lexus. Because somebody put my Cash App in the chat. We cooking today, fam. So now I'm going to tell you about something that has happened that's more recent, just so you can get an understanding of how business works. Because we have too many people that are great individuals, but since they don't understand how business works, they don't realize that the Democrats don't have any idea on how to run a country. Y'all wanted to put a woman in charge of our economy that ran through $1.6 billion in 3 months so badly that she now owns $20 million. How in the hell would you want to put somebody like that in charge of our economy? But they still think they're right. They still pissed off she lost. She would have been a DEI hire. I hate DEI hires. You want to know who the DEI hires are? Remember when they still do it now. It's a fucking participation trophy. You should not get a trophy because you didn't get kicked off the team. An accomplishment should mean something. Everybody shouldn't get a damn trophy. So I'm going to tell you about something a little bit more recent. So I believe it was John Deere. John Deere, for everybody that don't know, they make like farming shit. Like they make the stuff the farmers use and the big construction tool work shit like John Deere tractors. So what happened was they were going to move their factories to Mexico. Our government, I believe it was Trump, told them that if they moved them shits to Mexico, that they was going to give them such a high tariff that they wouldn't be able to sell their product in America no more. Guess who didn't move to Mexico? Now I need an explanation on why tariffs are bad. I just explained to you that tariffs force these companies to operate with heart. Force these companies to operate not the way that they just want to operate, but operate in a manner where they're not using the people, where they're not with a conscience. They're having to operate with a conscience. Why do Democrats lie to y'all so much? And why do y'all accept it? That's my question. Why do Democrats lie so much? Why they lying to y'all? Why they trying to make it seem like tariffs is a bad idea when tariffs is a great idea? And we're not even discussing the point that when you raise tariffs on these individuals that don't want to do business in America with fairness, what you're also doing is we have American companies that make all of these products. So y'all don't want to buy American products? Is that what it is? The Democrats don't want to enrich Americans? The Democrats don't want American businesses to do well? The Democrats want foreign interests to be able to come in and steal American business without having to pay for it? Just ask. All right? I want the factories back in America. Who's been saying that for the last 7 years? I've been saying that for like 7, 8 years, haven't I? We need the factories back in America. Before I was born, my father used to work for the Ford Motor Plant. He made a real good living doing this, and it afforded him the opportunity to have 4 boys, 5 kids. I wasn't alive yet. So I more than know what I'm talking about. Because I had conversations with him about when he worked for the Ford Motor Plant. And I remember people just sitting around as a really little kid and them talking about it. It was good money. We want those jobs back in America. I'm more than qualified to have this conversation. Yes, shout out to Trump because he wants to pull out of NATO. I don't want to be in NATO either. I think America should pull out of NATO. If you don't think America should pull out of NATO, it's fine with me. But on either side you're on, just like myself, keep getting information. Don't just think that what you currently know is all you need to know on the situation. That's all I ask. Because when you pay attention to what NATO is doing, if you believe in God, you might not be on it. You might not be for it. You might be against it. We are the United States of America. We are not the United Nations of the world. Have some damn pride. And pride isn't a sin. Too much pride is a sin. Know the difference. I'm going to move on to another topic. I move on the same topic, basically. We still in politics. But I'm going to move away from this. Is there anything that anybody want to add or want to ask me before we get to the next point? Put it in the chat. That's why people be mad at me. Because they be trying to have conversations with me and I think different than them. And then I start coming with facts and all they can do is come with emotions. So they tell people I'm crazy. Because they don't understand what I'm saying. It's not my responsibility to be in charge of your intelligence. That's your own responsibility. I am not responsible for how smart you are or aren't. I'm not saying that to attack anybody or anything. But what I'm saying is, you not understanding what I'm saying doesn't make the thing I'm saying wrong. Good morning. Okay, Z's. Chilling, baby girl. How you doing? Okay. I can tell because you get to see yourself every day. Love them eyes. We're going to talk about Russia and Ukraine in a second. I just want to make sure that we through with this conversation. Is there anything else we're talking about this? I want to talk about Russia and Ukraine, and there's a couple of other political points I want to get to, but I want to get through this first because I want to make sure, because I'm saying some stuff that I promise you in about between 6 to 8 months, because I believe it's going to be between 6 to 12 months, but at least 8 months from now, I'm going to be saying, do you remember I said this? So I want to make sure that we're clear on these points. And I also want to make sure that we have multiple discussions on this exact same point, because I'm going to be proven to be right again. I'm going to be proven to be right again, fam. How often do I say something over here and I don't know what I'm talking about? Almost every single thing we talk about over here come to pass. People got to go all the way back to the Tekashi trial, bring up something that I didn't even say to find something that I allegedly said that was not right. Somebody else said it. When was the Tekashi trial? 6 years ago? 7 years ago? People got to go 6 or 7 years to go find something that I allegedly said that was wrong. I didn't even say it. Somebody else just said it on my show. Tell me one thing that I've said on this show that's been wrong. You know the haters are in here. They're in here every day. I'm going to give y'all the opportunity to say something. Tell me one thing that I said was going to happen that didn't happen. Just one. Tell me one thing that I said on this platform that was wrong. Just one. That I said, not somebody else. They're not going to be able to. They're just going to only be able to insult me. That's it. They can't do anything else other than insult me. Let's talk about the Russia-Ukraine thing. We can get to that next, Michael Finley. You brought it up. We're going to talk about it. And this is something I wanted to discuss today. So salute. Appreciate you. So first thing I want to say is this. Hey, Michael Finley. Anybody in the chat? Do y'all remember when I told y'all that the reason why Russia attacked Ukraine was because the Americans were sending weapons there, and because the Americans had the chemical labs there? Anybody here remember me saying that? I said it a few times. I'm not sure if I said it enough for anybody to really copy it, really get it. But I told y'all the reason why the war happened in the Ukraine wasn't because Russia was trying to take over the Ukraine or because they wanted their land, or that's not why it happened. It was totally instigated by the Americans. Joe Biden's administration. Anybody remember me saying that? If you do, put it in the chat. If not, don't matter. We're going to keep going. I'm going to remind y'all about something that happened in the beginning of the Russian-Ukraine incident real quick, and then we're going to talk about what's going on right now. In the beginning of the Russian-Ukraine situation, do you remember it was a really big deal about long-range missiles? America specifically sending long-range missiles to the Ukraine? Yep. That happened also. Two things could be right. That also happened. But I didn't really talk about that part. Michael Finley says Putin told them if the Ukraine joins the UN, that's a declaration of war. For everybody that's wondering why that's considered a declaration of war, it's because Russia kind of considers Ukraine like what America considers Puerto Rico. No, they're not Russia, but they're Russia. Ukrainians don't like it much. With all due respect, Ukrainians don't like it much. I don't live in the Ukraine, so they can feel however they want. Right? I don't live over there. I don't know what the Russians are doing to them. I don't know what they're doing to the Russians. I don't know none of this stuff. I don't know none of those politics. So I'm not here arguing for either side. I just want to be clear on this. I'm just here to state facts. I don't know those politics. If you want to know more about such things, you're going to have to talk to somebody that covers the Ukraine and covers Russia more than I do. I cover America. So just so we can be clear, nothing that I'm saying is in any way an attack on the Ukrainian people, nor is it an attack on the Russian people. I do think that the Zelensky guy is a total douchebag. Ukraine is supposed to be a buffer state and stay neutral. Yep. Thank you. That was a better explanation of what I was trying to say. I have this thing. People think I'm a know-it-all. I'm not a know-it-all. I just don't talk about shit I don't know. So if a topic comes up that I don't know, I listen. That's what I do. So when you hear me talking, it's not that I think I know everything. It's just if I didn't know something, I wouldn't talk. I would listen. Ask questions. Get informed. So check out what's happening now. And I want to fucking be. And I want to be clear about this. B. And it's too cold for y'all. Get out of here. So just so we can be so just so we can be clear, the Biden administration is actively trying to start a war before Trump gets into office. And this is what I have to say. If the war starts before Trump gets in office, I want everyone in his damn Biden administration arrested. I want every last one of them arrested. Treason. Putin has made it clear. I ain't playing with you fools, and I'm bringing out the big guns. Y'all shoot at my people, I'm dropping nukes. These motherfuckers ain't playing with your life. They not playing with my life. They playing with every single individual's life on the planet. Every plant's life on the planet. Every animal's life on the planet. That's what they playing with. Y'all want to vote them back into power, though. I don't get it. These are the same people that put the Jan 6s in jail because they didn't agree with the Trump losing. Now they don't agree with Kamala Harris losing, and they want to start a war. Put them all in prison. Treason, and then hang them. Firing squad, I don't care. Put every general that signed off. Put every head of a state that signed off. Put everybody that could have not signed off on it, but did sign off on it, on a firing squad. On the firing line, pardon me. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. Why do Democrats always tell y'all that the Republicans is trying to start wars all over the world, but it seems like the only time wars actually start is when the Democrats is in office? Explain that shit to me. Explain to me why there was no wars under Trump on the planet. We were in that war, and neither was any other country. Explain that to me. They're not. You know what they're going to do? They're going to start bringing up different subjects. They're going to deflect. They're going to say, but Trump is a racist. I don't care if he was a racist. I don't give a damn if a 100% bona fide racist get elected, as long as they do what they're supposed to do for the betterment of all Americans. I had a racist boss before. One of the best bosses I've ever had. I'm just telling you what it was. He didn't hire me. Somebody else hired me. But I had to work under him. He was my supervisor. I had a racist supervisor. One of the best supervisors I've ever had. One of the best supervisors I've ever had. Morning. I don't care. Have my address. Look at this school bus. 2133 is the number on the back. Just came through talking about they got my address. Have my address, nigga. Next time you come past here, I'm going to get your license plate and your picture. How about that? You trying to scare me? Come kill me, fam. How about that? Next time you come, I'm gonna get a film of you, and I'm gonna let the police know you riding around here threatening me and my life. How about that? I'm gonna get all your information. I'm calling your bosses. How about that? Drive past here again, fam. I'm never gonna forget. So the day that you do drive past, I'm gonna remember. Let's get back to it. The Democrats are evil. The party is evil. Not all of the people that vote Democrat, but that's an evil ass party. You can't tell me that your main point is killing babies while they're still in the womb and you're not evil. I will never believe that. Here we go. Is this him coming back? Hold on. He's driving a school bus. I can't wait to let your bosses know what you was talking about. You're driving a school bus. Also, I live in a gated community, fam. I promise you, if y'all come in here, I'm calling all police. Let's get back to what we're talking about. Evil ass Democrats. I will never vote Democrat again as long as I live. I don't care who's running. And in addition to that, I don't think we should be voting Democrat for the next morning. I don't think anybody should be voting Democrat for the next 16 years and better. Pardon me. 4 more years Trump, 8 years, 12 years. I don't think we should be voting Democrat for the next 12 years. Now, this is the thing I was going to talk about later, but I'll talk about it now. They are the minority. The Democrats are the minority in America. They are the minority. Go look anywhere on social media. Go look at anywhere in America. Our sports. The only people that are on the side of the Democrats are the same people that we think are involved in sex trafficking of children. Tell me where the lie's at. Tell me where the lie's at. Think about every single person that we see endorsing Kamala Harris. Why most of them on the Diddy list and the rest of them on the Epstein list? Tell me where the lie's at. Tell me where the lie's at. So you mean you people are voting, and when you vote, you tell God where your heart is. So you mean that you people are voting for individuals, morning, who are pro trafficking of human beings, and especially minors and children. And you're trying to make it seem like I'm the one with the issue or the other people that are against these things. I don't care what your political platform is. The minute you say that, pardon me, let me back up. I want to make sure I say this appropriately. I believe in God. I believe that through Jesus Christ is the only way to God. I believe that our life, the entirety of our lives, are supposed to be dedicated to the magnification of God's name. I believe that we are supposed to encourage people to get closer to God. Why am I saying all this? If I believe any of these things that I believe, I cannot be pro-abortion. If I believe any of these things that I believe, I cannot be pro-LGBTQ. If I agree with any of these things, if I believe, if I'm about any of these things that I just explained, I literally have to be against like 90% of the shit that the Democrats push. So who do you worship, God or the Democratic Party? Who do you worship? You worship God or you worship the Democratic Party? Which one is it? I worship God. I don't worship no man. I hold no idols before the Most High. I put nothing before him. I fall short and I fail. I am not perfect. The Bible says no man can be good, but we ought to try. So if you belong to any, and this, I'm going to tell you the main reason why I go to the church I go to. When I went into that church, probably the second or third time I was there ever, and I heard them preaching that we are not for abortion. I heard them preaching the word the way it's supposed to be preached, and not preached in the way we just want people to show up, but preached in the way we're trying to save people and get you closer to God. That's why I go to that church. Morning. That's why I go to that church. I want to hear the Lord's word. I don't want to hear fucking political platitudes. Morning. All right? That's the homie right there. We got NBA legend, Coney Island legend, NBA legend, Sebastian Telfair. I'm not going to show y'all his car because I don't want people to harass him. Pretty cool dude. I wish he'd come out here and talk with us one day. Always welcome. Anytime you see me on my platform, anything, he's always welcome. He's always been cool with me, always been nice. Always come off as a good guy, you know? Yep. All right. So I want to be clear about this. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. I'm God first. I'm God second. I'm God third. I'm God fourth. I'm God to the infinity. That's why they hate me. Because I don't compromise my beliefs and my values to suit their needs. That's why they hate me. That's why they want me dead. Yeah? I don't sacrifice God to make them feel good about themselves. Because that's what they want you to do. They want you to denounce God. They want you to love them and their attention more than you love God and the journey that he has for you. I love God and the journey that he has for me more than I could ever love anything earthly. Got my address. Pull up to my door, knock on it. Knock on it. I promise you it ain't gonna be what you think it is, man. You pull up on my door and you knock on it, all bets is off. I can do what I feel I need to do. Knock on my door. You're gonna be lucky if I don't catch a body that day. That's hand to God. You put me in my rights to be able to do what I gotta do to make sure you are not a problem anymore. You put me in my rights. I'm advising you don't knock on my door. You're going to be met with violence, with unquestionable violence. You're going to be met with violence like violence you ain't never seen. Now, with that being said, I hope you find God. You change your ideals on life. You try to do things that's helping people and benefiting society. That's what I pray you do. And I pray you don't knock on my door, homeboy. You know where I live. Knock on my fucking door. I'm not gonna be what you think, man. Do what you want. I can't stop you. Sheesh. I just want to add this also. We're gonna be at Rutgers University on Sunday. We're gonna be at Rutgers University on Sunday. We got a big game. I'm just changing the topic. We got a big game. We're gonna be at Rutgers University on Saturday. I gotta get a press pass and everything, fam. Like, we doing things over here. They are just hating because they don't have the skill to do what I do. So they want you to hate me so you don't appreciate what I do. You understand? They're losers. So they're trying to convince you I'm a loser. But God just keeps me winning. Everything I need, God delivers to me. So they're really pissed off. And in their brains, I have it easy. They don't realize this ain't luck. Luck does not exist. God either has his hand on your shoulder or he don't. Luck doesn't exist. If y'all spent more time trying to get closer to God and less time trying to get closer to Satan, you'll understand what I'm saying. But too much of y'all spent all of y'all time trying to get closer to Satan. You know, he's more fun, right? He's not more fun, just so we can be clear. But Satan's more fun, right? So y'all spend all of y'all time and y'all energy trying to get closer to Satan. I was 3 years old and somebody played a trick on me. And I remembered on their deathbed, I'm not the guy. Morning. I was 3 years old. Somebody played a trick on me. They died when I was in my 30s. I remembered. Held them accountable on their deathbed. I'm the nicest guy in the world, fam. So when somebody do me wrong, it can only be Satan as far as I'm concerned. I go out of my way for people. I put my life on the line for strangers more than once. I put my life on the line for people I knew more than once. I'm loved in my old neighborhood. Loved, 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 loved. Come on, let's get back to politics. What we talking about? Put it in the chat. Democrats want to create a war because they're in hopes that if we're in wartime, that Trump won't be able to take hold of the presidency. Why is this such a big deal? Because Trump isn't going to come after his political rivals. You know who is, though? The people he's appointing. They think about it. The dude that they just Patel, what's this guy? Patel Nash. I don't know the guy's name now. He just allegedly is going to be in charge of the FBI, right? Cash Patel, right? Weren't they going after this dude like crazy? Trump don't have to go after anybody. Who's in charge of the DOGE, the Doge? Elon Musk. They was attacking Elon Musk like crazy. Elon Musk said, I don't even want a paycheck. Elon Musk said, I don't even want to get paid. I'll do this shit for free. So Trump is super smart. He's hiring all the people who's going to go do what needs to be done without him telling them. Them niggas is going to jail, fam, and they should. You got people in America homeless, hungry, and they shipping all our money to other countries. There's no explanation. There's no Democrat that could ever give me an explanation on why our people have to be hungry and homeless and why they're feeding and housing people in other countries. There's no explanation you can give me. There's no explanation you could give me for importing people from other countries, housing them, feeding them, but not doing it to our veterans. There's no explanation you could give me. We should be pissed. People should be begging Trump to put the motherfuckers in jail. Pardon my language. Should be begging them. We got people who went and fought for this country who they don't give a damn about. Who they got sleeping in the street in cardboard boxes. But they will import criminals from another country and feed them and house them and give them all the amenities that they want. But all the veterans who put their life on the line, I hate liberals. Pardon me, let me repeat that. I really, really dislike the extreme left. Not the liberals. The extreme left. I really dislike them. Like, I dislike them to such a degree. I am not perfect. And I know I'm supposed to love everybody. I'm trying. Morning. All right?
Okay, all right.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
I know I'm supposed to love everybody. I told y'all. Salute. All right? I know I'm supposed to love everybody. But them extremist lefts, the level of angry that they make ain't natural. Yeah. Can't call the police on me over here, homegirl. They be trying to call the police and everything else on me. Because when I'm other places, they call the police and stuff like that to harass me. But the police are right here. So if they were to call the police, they would literally... so they can't harass me. They can't use the police to harass me. They can't use the EMS people to harass me because I'm literally standing right where the police are. So they're busy trying to figure out how they're gonna harass me. The dude that said what he said, the place that they work at is right down the block. So what I'm gonna do is, the next time I get the opportunity, I'm gonna film the dude and I'm gonna go tell his boss. And if they don't do nothing about it, I'm gonna make an official report, and then we're gonna see where we could go with it. We're gonna try to get this nigga up out of here. Make it a habit on getting these extreme leftists out of here. Make it a habit. When you see a Karen in the street doing some weirdo shit, make it a habit. When you see these extreme leftists doing weirdo shit, make it a habit. We gotta clean up America, fam. These dudes is the minority. They're not the majority. The proof of that is Trump won the popular vote by a lot. I'm gonna explain something real quick. I don't think people really truly understand how much Trump won the election by. That was a landslide. Like, that was not nowhere near close. Yeah, that was nowhere near close. Trump won by a landslide. A landslide. It was nowhere near close. So that means that the majority of America actually agrees with what I'm saying. Remember when they didn't agree, when we didn't know whether people agree with what they didn't, because Biden, I was still saying the same thing. They've been attacking me for years. I've been still saying the same thing. God got me. I'm supposed to be more scared of you than God? You need a Scooby snack? They got this lady over there just staring at me, watching me. So, like, one of the buses already passed. I think two of the buses passed, but I ain't gonna say nothing. I got some lady over there just staring at me, watching me. We're gonna leave it alone right now. I ain't gonna say nothing. She like on the phone and shit. I ain't gonna say nothing. We're gonna wait and see how many more buses pass. So this is what I'm assuming they're trying to do. You know how usually, I'm not gonna put her on camera, but you know how usually I put the men on camera. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put a woman on camera, because then they're gonna act like I'm doing something sexist. You know, I'm just protecting myself. That's the new thing. They send women to go do the bad deeds, and then when you hold them accountable, they try to act like you did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's the new thing. So you gotta be careful out here, and we need our women that got common sense and ain't on this evil, demonic Democrat shit to speak up for men. When you see a man not doing nothing wrong, and you see a woman trying to tear him down in public, y'all women gotta start speaking up. For real. I gotta start speaking up, man. Remember, one of the main things the Democratic Party want to do is emasculate men. It don't matter if you black, white, Indian, West Indian, don't matter. The Democratic Party want to emasculate men. They want men to be weak. They want men to be women. They want to emasculate us. Women don't really want feminine men. You get it? Women want more. Women want men that's men. It's these widows that aren't even in the men that is trying to convince y'all that men have to be feminine. They not even in the men, fam. They in the women. They not into men. How you gonna say that you're into a man, but you consider any kind of masculinity? My battery died. Thank you for letting me know. They trying to convince y'all that masculine energy is bad. Masculine energy is not bad. They hate men, fam. So let's just break down the Democratic Party real quick. The Democratic Party wants to turn little boys into little girls and little girls into little boys. The Democratic Party 2 want people who are men, males who are already men, to be feminine. The Democratic Party 3 wants all of the abortions. Why would you vote for those guys? Give me a reason why somebody will vote for this. Why would you vote for that agenda? I'm listening. Why would you vote for an agenda that don't want men to be masculine at all? At all. The only time we're allowed to be masculine is when a woman tells us we can. So that literally makes that not masculine. Literally. They also want to turn little boys into little girls and little girls into little boys. That's insane. And in addition to that, they want to abort as many babies as possible. Now, I want to know, how could you be a God-fearing person and be on board with even one of those points, nevertheless 3? I'm here, I'm listening. I want to know how somebody could be a God-fearing person and be on board with any of that shit. Because as far as I know, the Bible is against 100% of that shit. And not just the Bible as we know it, the Christian Bible, but like every piece of literature that has to deal with a religion or worshiping of a deity that we consider to be canon on the earth, with the exception of Satan. Satan is the only entity that we know that isn't terrestrial that agrees with this type of behavior. I'm not saying that as an opinion. That's literally a fact. When you vote, you tell God where your heart lies. So when I'm telling y'all don't vote Democrat, I'm literally trying to tell you to do something that's going to help your soul, that's going to help your connection with God. Because the Democrats, oh, good morning. The Democrats are pushing positions that don't help the American people. The Democrats are pushing positions that don't help your journey with God. Take care of that later. I gotta go to this people and let them know that their driver just drove past and threatened me. So I was gonna go to the police guy over here to let them know about it first. So I don't know who I should talk to first. I want to get this guy fired. I'm assuming they're gonna do nothing. So if we can make the complaint, and I'm gonna contact some social media people I know, and I'm gonna try to see if we could just, get this shit going. I'm gonna contact. That's why I want to get the guy's picture and face and everything. I'm gonna contact some of the social media people I know. I know a shitload of social media people. Got more followers than I do, and I'm gonna see if we could move on this. They are the minority. The majority of the people in America do not like the policies of the fucking Democrats.
How you doing, brother?
What's up, my brother? Yo, one of the dudes that just worked for you just drove past and threatened my life, right? Basically said that they know where I live. Yeah. Yeah. Just drove past me in one of your buses talking about, yo, we know where you live.
Got no time for that garbage.
Not at all. They pull up to, I advised them not to pull up to my house. They was talking to me. You got a bus behind you. I'm gonna holler at you later, my brother.
Yeah, we're talking, right?
Stay great.
I wish you the best. You stay great.
You also, my brother. Yeah, we going after that guy. I went after quite a few people. I don't always keep y'all updated though. Sometimes I just do the thing and I keep it off of social media. Especially if, like, whatever the people is, they just get rid of the person or some shit like that, or the person get reprimanded, I keep it off of social media. If they do nothing, it's generally when I make a big fuss. If they do something, somebody did something. Fuck it. Even if it's not fired, it's some kind of reprimand. I'm about to say something, and then after I say the thing I'm saying, we're probably going to get ready to get out of here. If anybody has been enjoying the show today, you can always pull up to the Cash App. You can always pull up to the Cash App or the PayPal or whatever other services you want to pull up to support. You can buy some merch. Whatever, if you've been liking anything we've been talking about today, or if you just want to show some support, With that being said, I forget to say that. YouTube tell us that we should say that every 10 to 15 minutes. Like we're supposed to say that, but I always forget to say it, so I generally only say, I used to say it enough before, I don't say it enough no more. I've never seen your name before, Smog Dog, so I'm assuming you're about to insult me with your next comment. Come on, do it. Bring it already so I can kick you. Come on. And then I say what I got to say after you throw the insult. Come on. I'll talk a little bit longer and then wait for your insult. You about to insult. Come on, bring it. Anyway, I say what I say. I say what I say. Do whatever you want to do. So, somebody tell me what's the second part of the title. It's something else I'm trying to remember to talk about today. What's the second part of my title? Because I can't see it. Somebody tell me what the second part of my title. Hold on. Somebody's walking past trying to mock me. They really hate me out here. Hold on. He's gonna also act like he cool with me too. Watch. So I literally they just mock me all day and all types of different weirdo shit around here. Like all day, every day, whenever I'm outside. Yeah. So that's basically what it is. That's why I don't really care about coming outside. I'm just gonna be getting mocked and whatever the fuck. Illegals banned for 20 years. Thank you. Trump has did a thing. Check this out. Trump said, I'm gonna give y'all the chance to leave America before I get into office. But if you don't leave America before I get into office, and we have to move you out of America, you're gonna be banned from coming back in America for 20 years. Anybody think he playing? Anybody think he playing? I'm gonna say that again. Trump said, I think I can take this back. So Trump said, if you are currently an illegal and you leave, you know what? We good. I don't blame you. The previous regime flew some of y'all in on planes. The previous regime escorted y'all to our borders and allowed y'all to come in. That's not your fault. But we're coming into office. We don't want you. Now, if you leave now, your ability to come back into the country later on will still be, there. That's still being a possibility. But if we have to remove you, then you're going to be banned from America for 20 years. You know who should really be pissed off? All of the MFers who was illegal living here, doing everything they were supposed to be doing, having a job, paying whatever taxes, doing all the things that they were supposed to be doing, but they were illegal. They weren't committing any crimes. They were in our communities, being pillars of some of our communities. And now, because Biden and their administration opened up the border to all of these criminals, now my ability to stay in America is at jeopardy. Well, even though I was illegal, I was an upstanding part of my community. They should be the most pissed off. They should be so angry. They should be fighting mad. I'm from the Bronx, 80s. Every single kid that I went to school with, damn near, because my school was majority not black. Like, there was, I had classrooms where there was only like 2 or 3 black kids in it, and I was one of them. You understand? So the majority of my school was things other than black, just so we could be clear. It was Puerto Rican, Dominican, Honduran, pardon me. Some other Spanish-speaking culture. We had a couple of Africans, not that many though, just like sprinkled here and there. So my friends growing up, every last one of my friends, damn near, had 3 or 4 illegals in their family that lived in America that I've met at one point or another. These people are good people. I feel bad for the illegals that got here before this bullshit happened, that were a part of our community doing all the right things. I feel bad for them. I don't care if you're an African illegal. I don't care if you're a Mexican illegal. I don't care what country you're an illegal from. I feel bad for the ones that were here before the Biden administration bullshit, that was doing the right thing, that now their place in America is at jeopardy. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for. I feel bad for the illegals that came over the wrong way, but had the right intentions. I feel bad for them. Imagine if the Biden administration would have invited legals in, but kept out the criminal element. We wouldn't be having this conversation. I'll say that again. Imagine if the Biden-Harris administration did invite illegals in, but they invited the ones that were not the criminal element. We wouldn't be having this conversation. They probably win the election, by the way, just so we can be clear. They probably win the election. The main reason why they lost the election is the border issue, more than anything else. They probably win the election. You know how many people want to vote Democrat, but didn't, or wanted to vote Democrat, but voted, oh, pardon me, let me be clear. You know how many people wanted to vote Democrat, but just didn't vote? And how many people wanted to vote Democrat, but just had to vote for Trump because they just couldn't take another 4 years of this shit? You know how many people would have said, even though they hate what the economy is doing, they still would have voted for her? And the main point why they didn't isn't even the economy. It's the illegals. And not all the illegals, but the criminal element. They trying to figure out how to get me off this block so bad, but they can't come harass me because the police is right there. So you just see them walking up, and you know it's them because, you know, I see them, you know it's them. They want me out of here so bad. They can't do shit though, because I'm not doing nothing wrong. Morning. Let's go. You have no idea how many people ride past me and say what's up every day. So many people ride past me and say what's up every day that there's been days that I don't want to come outside and do this shit. I was going to do it in the crib, but I come outside and do it because people come past and say what's up. Watch out. Aw, that bus driver saw her running too. That was bullshit. He could have waited. He saw her running. He saw her running. He probably just didn't want to. I don't know. I don't know what his schedule is. He could be late. Let me be quiet. He could be late, and that's the long bus ride. So he could be late. And just so y'all know, they tell them don't wait. The only time the bus could wait is when it's at the start. Hold on, let me say all this, because I know a lot of us miss our bus and then we get mad at the bus driver, kind of like I was. But it's not always their fault. They got a schedule to keep. That's one. Two, the only time the bus could really stay and be late is like at the pickup. So they don't pull off empty. So they'll stay, especially like if they start like at the train station or something. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people coming off the train that's going to transfer straight to the bus. So in instances like that, they might stay a little bit longer, you know, but if it's just out here in the street, they do got to keep a schedule. So, you know, you got to respect it. So let me be quiet. I don't know what that bus driver got to put up with. You know, there could be a myriad of different reasons why he just couldn't hold on any longer. And he could have not have seen it. So let me be quiet. I was just trying to defend the woman, but it wasn't fair to him. So I'm not being fair to him. And just like I just made that mistake, I think that we as human beings do that often to people. We treat it like one person's rights is more important than another person's rights. That's not fair. I think we just do that sometimes, you know? Just like I just caught myself doing it. You understand? Accountability. 20 years. Could we talk about Eric Adams for a second? I want to talk about Eric Adams for a second, and we probably gonna get up out of here. That's one. Two, did anybody show up to our Spider-Man episode the other day? It was way longer than I wanted it to be, but I would like some input for anybody that actually pulled up on it. I would like some input. So, the easiest way to make me not like you is to mock me. That's all I can say. Like, the easiest way to make it so I would just never like you ever is to mock me. Once somebody mocks me, like, we can just never be friends. Because I'm never gonna look at you I'm gonna be incapable of it. You understand? I'm gonna be incapable. Morning. If y'all notice, I don't mock people, ever. He's walking past mocking me again. He's gonna try to say hi to me, but me and him ain't friends. He about to walk right past here. Me and him ain't friends. All you gotta do is mock me one time. I will never be cool with you again. I will immediately, every time I see you, be upset. He don't gotta worry about ever saying hi to me again. Y'all been watching me on this page for 10 years. You ever see me tell y'all I don't like a person and then like them again? Never, right? Never. I'm not built that way. Once I don't like you, that's it. That's just how our lives are now. Once you mock me, I don't like you. That's just how our lives are now. If you do something to me that I would never do to another person or that I don't do to other people, I feel like I could judge that. I think that people need to have a better understanding. At least this is my opinion. I'm not trying to say my interpretation is correct, but I think people need to have a better understanding of Romans 2, chapter 2. I think people need a better understanding of that. I believe that's the passage that speaks about judging individuals. I think people need to have a better understanding of Romans 2. That's just my opinion. Also, 90% of the time I don't like somebody, I can literally explain why by using the Bible. So it's not just an emotional thing. I'm going to point out in the Bible what they did that made it so I can't fuck with them. And I'm going to hold to that to the day I die. Because I'm going to love God to the day I die and beyond. I'm going to love God as long as he exists. Even if I don't exist anymore. And that's how long I'm going to have that feeling. That dude gonna try to say hi to me at some point, and I'm gonna look at him like he crazy and walk past me. You gonna understand? I want to get to one last point before we get out of here because I got stuff I got to do. What time is it? I got one last point I want to get to. Oh, Eric Adams. So now I'm about to say a thing that I told y'all before. Remember I told y'all Eric Adams was not on board with this Democratic Party bullshit? Anybody remember that? I was like, yo, they lied to Eric Adams. I'll tell you what the lie was right now. When they lied to all the mayors, by the way. But they lied to Eric Adams, and Eric Adams was the only one to boss up and say something about it. So basically, the government is supposed to be paying these sanctuary cities a certain amount of money for every single migrant they take in. Let's go all the way back and I'll explain what happened. So initially when they were shipping the migrants, the illegals, into America, they wasn't shipping them to blue states. They were shipping them to the red states because they was trying to get more illegals there so they could vote. But when they started shipping them to the red states, the governors of the red states started shipping them to fucking the blue states. And they, before even the blue states, they started sending them places like Martha's Vineyard, right? Remember? So to stop them from sending them places like Martha's Vineyard and other places where Democrats, the elected Democrats, you know, go to and live, they convinced these mayors of these cities to be sanctuary cities under the auspice that they would be paying them per illegal. Now, before I get any further, I also want to explain the only mayors that was stupid enough to agree to this bullshit were all black, as far as I can tell. Mayor of, I think, Memphis, the mayor of New York, Memphis, Chicago, LA, I think Houston. I think all of these are black mayors. So what ends up happening is they don't send the money for the migrants. They're illegals. By them not sending the money for the illegals, what they actually do is make it so the mayor now has to use taxpayer funds to house the illegals. Now, I know what you're saying. Why didn't they just get rid of them? Eric Adams tried to do that. They blocked him. And in addition to blocking it, Mayor Eric Adams said, I'm going to go have a talk with Joe Biden himself, because this ain't right. The morning he was getting on the plane, they raided his office and raided the offices of one of his campaign managers that worked for him. And then they accused him of the assault, the AS, the SA, and started going through the motions of committing lawfare against him. Do y'all remember me telling y'all stop being so hard on Eric Adams? They tricked him. He's not down with this shit. Do y'all remember me telling y'all that? People was bashing Eric Adams. I said, you know what? He's not a great mayor. He's made a couple of decisions I don't agree with. But the Democratic Party tricked him. Now, if you don't want to vote for him again because he got tricked, I think that's okay. But if you don't want to vote for him again because you believe that he actually agrees with these policies, you're wrong. He doesn't agree with these policies. He thought he was going to get money. And let's be honest, the Democrats money launder. So him not being an actual politician, I believe that he just thought that this was the way that you work. This is the way that it goes. We made a deal. You're going to live up to your side of the deal. I'm going to live up to my side of the deal. Everything going to work. But the Biden administration didn't live up to their side of the deal. So now the New York taxpayer has to foot the bill for the illegals. Now, what is the proof that I know what I'm talking about? Why, as soon as Donald Trump won, Eric Adams ended all of the food voucher programs for them niggas? All of the programs that they was having, Eric Adams immediately ended it. If this was something that Eric Adams was behind, why would he immediately end it? If this was something that Eric Adams agreed with, why would he immediately end it? Did y'all see Eric Adams on The View the other day when he was absolutely pro-Trump? You got to understand, these liberals think that they're right. They think that they have some kind of moral high ground. You know who has the moral high ground? God has the moral high ground. Are you representing the Most High? Because if you're not representing the Most High and trying to push his values, how could you have the moral high ground? I need an explanation. How can you have the moral high ground if you're not a representing God or a representation of the Most High, or attempting to push the Most High's philosophies and the things that he wants us to be doing and the way that he wants us to be living? How can you have the moral high ground if you don't have any type of barometer? So your moral high ground is what's good and what's bad. So how do you decide what's good and what's bad? So your moral high ground is what's good and what's evil. So how do you decide what's good and what's evil? What is the barometer that you use? You use your own opinions? First of all, I read the Bible. The Bible says that we should not lean on our own understanding. Say that again. The Bible says that we should not lean on our own understanding. Why is that? Because man is flawed. And the Bible also says that no man can be good. So therefore, we have to take our moral background, our moral understanding from a higher power. What power is higher than God? So I need for somebody to explain to me how the liberals can pretend to have the moral high ground when the things that they're trying to push on the American people contrast with what God wants for us. They are not right. They are wrong. And they're praying and they're hoping that no one has the guts to call them out on it. They're praying and they're hoping that they could just have, all they have to do is lie. My opinion, and this is an opinion because I'm a man and I'm flawed. So I'm going to tell you the opinion, and I'm going to back up my opinion with something that's in the Bible, just so we could be clear. My opinion is abortion is not something that God wants us to do. So therefore, the only reason why we should even consider it is in an extreme situation. I'm flawed. I wouldn't want a mother to lose her life in labor. I am not perfect. I think if the mother's life is in danger, then the baby should be aborted. I think under extreme circumstances, there should be an abortion. I don't think people should get an abortion because you decided that you wanted to sleep with 6 guys on the same night and you don't know who the father is. I think you should live with those choices.
No choice. It's not right.
No abortions.
Exactly.
Boom. Give me that, my brother.
Huh?
Give me that.
I told you. It's not straight. Look at this.
I don't know what he's saying right now. I think he's trying to tell me I shouldn't be out here. I'm out here. So now let me tell you where in the Bible and why I'm saying this. The Bible says that one of the worst things we can do is harm a child. One of the worst things we can do is corrupt the child. You want to know what else the Bible says? The Bible says that he knew us since we was in the womb. So therefore, I don't agree with abortion. My disagreement with abortion comes directly from the Bible. Directly. It wasn't a decision I made on my own. I didn't see a documentary. I didn't talk to a doctor. I just read the Bible a lot of times. That's where it comes from. So when a liberal tries to have a conversation with me about abortion, they can never have the moral high ground if they agree with it. Because my God, the one and true living God, the only God, disagrees with it. Good morning. So I don't have the moral high ground. God does. I'm just taking his position. I'm just sharing the position that God has. This isn't my thoughts. These aren't my machinations. These are not my ideas. These are concepts that I read in the Bible and I agree with. And even if I didn't agree with, I'm going to do. Because God said do them. They're going to tell you to hate me. They're going to tell you I'm crazy. But if almost everything I'm telling you comes out of the Bible and they're telling you I'm crazy, think about that for a moment. Let that marinate. If when I'm telling you what my opinion is on something, and I'm literally taking Bible passages from the Bible to back up my points and explain this is why I believe these things, then what about those people that tell you I'm wrong? Good morning. Appreciate you. Have a blessed day. I keep trying to tell y'all, I'm not arguing with people over a difference of opinion, fam. I'm literally just telling y'all what the Bible say, and there's people trying to tell you God is wrong. Good morning. This is old lady. I say good morning to her every day. I don't know if she can see me from this far though. Good morning. She's old lady. I say hi to her every day, but I don't know if she can see me from this far. She's waiting for the bus. Imagine that. Somebody come to you with a Bible. They open up the Bible, they start reading scriptures. And then another person comes up to you, not knowing that they got this scripture from the Bible, and they're busy arguing that the scripture is incorrect. That's literally what happens to me. And then people wonder why I get upset. You attacking God, I should get upset. You just think you're attacking me. I'm just a vessel, fam. I'm just a human being like you are. I only have the power that God allows me to have. I only have the influence that God allows me to have. I only have the strength that God allows me to have. I'm but yet a human. I'm a vessel. I'm flesh and blood. Y'all gotta start paying attention to the shit y'all agree with. Y'all gotta stop just agreeing with stuff because it's popular. You gotta stop just agreeing with stuff because it's the right thing. Go get have something bigger than you. Because when you just think a thing is right because you think it, that's hubris. That's having too much pride. That's a sin. Imagine thinking you're right about something, but you have no way to explain how you're right other than agreeing with an opinion of another individual. I get attacked every day because I love God. I get attacked every day because I talk about God. I got people that hate hearing God and want me to stop talking about God, and they are so pissed that I do. And I tell them this, I'm about to curse. Eat a dick. But not actually, because that'd be homosexual. So I don't want you to do anything homosexual. Just so we can be clear. I don't want you to do anything homosexual. So don't actually eat a dick. I'm just saying, man. Don't actually eat a dick. All right? We're not promoting homosexuality. The Bible says that if man lay with another man like he lays with a woman, he's considered an abomination. Go look up the word abomination. It's going to say loathe. So when you lay with another man, God loathes you. You know what else God says in the Bible? God says that we're supposed to feel about things the way he feels about things. I'm going to say that again. In the Bible, God says if he feels a way about something, you're supposed to feel that same way about it. God says if a man lays with another man, he's considered an abomination. Go look up the word abomination. You're going to see loathes. Meaning, when a man lays with another man, God loathes them. We're supposed to too. I'm not using anything else other than logic, reason, and the Bible. I'm not doing anything else other than telling you what words mean and explaining to you who said them. So what's another thing that the Democratic Party pushes? So now I'm about to hit y'all in the head super hard. Anybody want to get mollywop? I'm about to mollywop niggas. Part of my language. In the Bible, God says that a man should not wear the clothes of a woman, nor the woman wear the clothes of a man. I'm just talking about what's in the Bible. I'm just telling you what the Bible says. Now do you see why they hate me? They work for Satan. I'm not just saying that because I don't like them. I'm saying that because it's a fact. If I'm saying and I'm conveying to you things that are in the Bible, I'm conveying to you things that are in the Bible, and there are entities that do not want my voice to be heard, and all I'm doing is conveying to you what's in the Bible. Who do they obviously work for? I work for God. They're my adversaries. Good morning. If I work for God and I'm outside almost every day raising God's name into the clouds above the rafters, and these individuals attack me every day, who do they work for? I work for God, the one and true only living God. There is none before him. That's who I work for. Now they attack me every day. They harass me every day. They try to besmirch my name. They lie about who I am as a person. Who do they work for? You want to know what the Bible says about jokes? The Bible says that if you say a joke that offends, you are to immediately apologize and never do it again. I'm just telling you what's in the Bible. The lady's about to come by and blow smoke at me. I'm going to move over for a little. Oh, no, she's not. She finished smoking a cigarette, thank God. I'm just telling you what's in the Bible. Why are there people in Coney Island that don't want me to tell you what's in the Bible? Why are there people in Coney Island that give me a hard time and don't want us talking about God? I'm just asking. Remember, I get harassed every time I come outside. They follow me into the church Sunday. I expect to see them in church the next day. I go into the church, harassing me in the church again. I go to church on Sundays now. I expect to see them in church harassing me on next Sunday. They follow me into church last Sunday. Into church. They were black, just so we could be clear, and they were female. They followed me into the church to harass me on Sunday. You do what you want with that. They were black and they were female. You do what you want with it. So if I spend all of this time talking about politics and connecting God with what's going on in the world, so we're not just talking about politics, but we're talking about how politics are either moving closer to the Most High or moving away from the Most High, and you decide that a person who is trying to bring God to the people and bring knowledge of what's happening in the world to people and how that all works instead of what I know the Bible to be. And I'm out here and I'm working for God. There's only one type of person that would be against me, and that's people that work for Satan. I don't care what they call themselves. The CIA, the FBI, the IRS, they all offices that come out of America, right? They're all United States offices, right? So Satan has different offices inside of his complex, right? So I don't care what you call yourself. I don't care if you call the evil that you're doing purposeful evil, or if you call the evil that you're doing a joke. Evil is evil. I don't care. I'm going to end the show by saying I want God in our schools. We have a whole generation of children that we just lost. Yeah. All right. We got a whole generation of children that we just lost. A whole generation. They don't know nothing but foolishness, not taking life serious. They're lost, the whole generation. Our kids, lost. I want God back in the schools. Trump said he's gonna make it just Christian. Whatever, nigga. I need children to start having a relationship with the Most High. I would like for it to be inclusive to the point where there's enough voices, so, because I just want shit to get cleaned up. We need our children to have a relationship with God. It's imperative. I want them to take this sex shit out of the schools. I don't want little boys playing against little girls in sports. That's protecting women. All right, have a blessed day. I know there's a lot of shit that I say be incendiary, but I gotta say what it is. And for a lot of people that have done things or whatever, God still got you. Once again, if you have been tricked or deceived, God does not hold that against you. If you have been tricked and deceived, God holds that against the deceiver. The people who are deceiving you is going to try to make you believe that you're going to be held accountable for being deceived. You're not. God doesn't hold you accountable for being deceived. He holds the deceiver accountable for deceiving. But when you know what's right, you got to do what's right. So you can't be deceived and then decide after you find out what's right to keep it going. You have to correct. There are a lot of people that I love. Pardon me, let me rephrase that. There are a lot of people that I know that are good people. Because I don't love all of them. But some of them are good people. And they live lifestyles that I don't necessarily agree with. But they're good people. And I pray the Lord touches their heart. Some people just need their situation fixed. Some people are just doing things that they shouldn't be doing because their situation is dire. Some people just need their situation fixed. But sometimes God needs you to fix yourself, and then he fixes the situation. I don't know. I'm not you. I don't know your experiences. Compassion always looks like weakness to a person with no heart. I'm gonna say that again. Homegirl right there got a beautiful daughter. Sheesh. This lady that just walked past me, her daughter's like a beautiful daughter. Anyway, she's probably like 30, 35 or some shit. The daughter. So I don't know what they think is like 35 years old or some shit. The daughter got good. In any regard. I want God in the schools. I want us to save some of these children. And I want us to do something about all of this sexuality that's put into our schools. I don't want our children thinking about sex at all. I want them to take some of this extracurricular bullshit that they got in the schools, and I want them to start making sure our kids can read and count. Our kids don't all need to know how to do calculus, but I mean, at least teach them how to balance a checkbook. Right? I want our schools to be geared towards this new level of what the workplace wants. I want our schools to stop pushing kids to go to college. I think that's to a detriment to America. Stop pushing every kid to go to college. College ain't for everybody. We still need electricians. You can go to a trade school. We still need carpenters. You can go to a trade school. And for you to think that there aren't people that like to build things, Legos exist. There are a ton of people that like to build things. Let's start facilitating things for our kids that they want, instead of trying to push them in the direction that they don't want to go, and then being upset at them because they don't achieve the success that we want them to. Let's try that. Let's have our schools more geared towards understanding and the comprehension of the student, so we could direct them in a way so they could be using whatever God-given talent they have or skill that they have for the betterment of not just them, but for society. Y'all push for all of these kids to go to college, but college isn't going to help most of them. Some of them are good with their hands. They might not be so great with wanting to sit down and read a million books, but they might be excellent with, carpentry. They might know how to build the shit out of a chair. But, they don't really care to be in the damn, they don't want to be mixing Bunsen burners. They might be really good at wiring some shit up. They might be great at building homes. They might not like sitting in the classroom, being bored. Good morning. Chilling. They might not want to be in the classroom being bored. They might have a different skill set. How you doing today? You good?
Hello. Look at this.
I had no idea. Oh,
Ta-da!
problem solved? Okay. I'll talk to you later. Let's go. Jack Frost. Black girls don't want me, that's fine. Anyway, we got to get out of here. I do got to go, though. She's just a friend. I'm just fucking around. She's just a friend. Very nice lady. Very nice lady. Just a friend. I don't want to give nobody no ideas or nothing like that. Just a friend. With that being said, we do got to get up out of here, though. Anything y'all want me to end with? We got a little bit of battery life left. I got 6. Okay, it say 6%. This battery is dead. So we're going to end it like this. Love your neighbor. Even if your neighbor's doing stuff you don't agree with. Morning, my brother. Love your neighbor. Even if your neighbor's doing things you don't agree with. We're supposed to be trying to help each other, not knock each other down. Let's try that. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag, my screen is fully black. I don't even, so this, after I finish this, I'm gonna hit the button, but the thing is gonna go like we still in here. We're not. I just can't see the buttons to end the chat. My screen is black right now. I'm assuming it's still in there. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Boomers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out. Okay, I can see that button. Oh, I can see the buttons.